Braelon, it just seems like the offense started slow and could never seem to find its footing. Was it the weather? Was it the layoff? What do you think it was?
Well, we had a lot of penalties. It's hard to, keep drives going when, we have those self-inflicted wounds. So that plays a part in it. Obviously, the weather wasn't great, and, it makes it difficult to execute, but there's no excuse for it. So, at the end of the day, we put ourselves in a position to win. So, that's all we can do, and just try to learn from it and come back better.
What was this Denver defense doing that could stop the run for you guys?
I think they're just sound in their, assignments. They have a great coordinator, real smart players, and it was hard to get going for a little bit, but we had some runs where we found a little bit of space, and then runs where there wasn't much of it. So that's how it goes sometimes.
What's the mood of the locker room right now?
Everybody's disappointed, of course, but it's one game, and we've played four games so far, and we have a long way to go. So just try to learn from it, like I said, and come back next week and get a dub.
When you look at when Aaron's end of the fourth quarter and he's limping, how does that make you guys feel when you see Aaron struggling?
It don't put any doubt in my mind, that's for sure. So, he's one of the toughest to ever do it, and as long as he's on the field, I have a lot of confidence that we'll find a way.
How frustrating is it for you for an offense that you're only able to get field goals today?
It's tough. You obviously want to get in the end zone, so at the end of the day, those field goals put us in position to win, like I said. But it's tough. You want to obviously score touchdowns.
Mindset now, you guys, you're heading over to London. It's a long trip for next week.
Yeah, you can't really treat it any differently than a normal week. So we'll be on the same schedule, just leaving a little bit earlier, and it's going to be a hard-fought game. Vikings are a good team, so we'll get ready for it.
All right, thanks, Braelon.
You're welcome.
I guess, Michael, let's start with what happened out there tonight.
Some self-inflicted wounds. It's hard to win when you kind of beat yourself up like that. Some opportunities that we just weren't able to take advantage of on defense that I feel like we should have. Some miscommunications and stuff that led to explosives and things like that. And ultimately, credit to them for overcoming adversity today in the same way. The weather was bad and everything like that, but they just put up more points at the end of the day.
When you look at Bo Nix, the first half, the second half, what did he change in the second half?
I think he just got a little bit more confident. You knew the weather wasn't gonna give up. And he was just stuck to the script and was confident in what they were calling and just went out there and didn't make too many mistakes. Didn't put the ball in harm's way too many times. There was some ops that we definitely should have had, I feel like, but other than that, he's making progress for sure.
When you talk about self-inflicted wounds, how do you fix those?
I think it's just like going over the film and just being critical, not only of yourself, but then like as a unit and everything, like how we can get better week to week and on those little details and things like that. They're all over the place today, so we just got to go in and look ourselves in the mirror and get ready and kind of shift gears after that.
You guys are 2-2. You guys are heading to London. It's a long trip. How do you approach this coming week?
Like I said, just look ourselves in the mirror and take tomorrow to really, evaluate, what happened today, and then, put in the rear and get ready for London and all those things like that. But I feel like, we're a good group of guys, and everybody's able to take criticism and everything like that. So after tomorrow, we'll have those things ironed out, and we'll be good to go.